Hey there, friends. Welcome back to At Home with Kay. This is your happy place for all things crafty, cozy, and creative. And today I'm going to do a door hanger. I decided to paint this wood round that I got from, I think, Hobby Lobby. I painted it with this, I want to say celery green paint by Waverly. And I got these little things here, these little forest animals. I got those from Hobby Lobby. I got the clouds from Dollar General. Those came from Dollar Tree, but I might not use those. And my words that I had, the welcome home, I believe that was Hobby Lobby for the welcome, and the home came from Dollar Tree. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the clouds, and once I paint the clouds, I'm going to glue it to the top of the wood round. I want the clouds to not just be white, I want it to be a little blue. So I'm going to just mix a little white paint and a little of this like royal blue color that I have. I can't remember exactly what the name of it is. And I'm going to mix those two together as I paint, and then we'll get this nice blue sky looking cloud, and it's absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna love it when it's done. So yep, see, I added the blue, and you can see it's just a little faint color of the blue, and it just turned out perfectly. I love it. So guys, I was wondering, have you all heard that Michaels is going to be selling fabric now? The Joann Fabrics fabric. I've heard something about that, and that's why I posted this little picture here. And I also saw commercials where they're going to be like replacing, they'll be selling all of the balloons like you used to get at Party City and places like that, since they've got out of business. So I guess Michaels is just trying to step it up a little bit, eh? Sounds good to me. So what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm just adding a little hot glue, and I'm going to glue my cloud to the top of my wood round. That's what you see me doing right here. And then I'm going to use some antique wax, and I'm going to darken down my wood lettering here. I'm just going to use a wet napkin, and I'm going to rub the antique wax on. So I know I've been absent for a little while, so if you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new, hi, I'm Kay from At Home with Kay, and I love making simple crafts that are beautiful and most of all budget friendly. No stress, no pressure, just pure crafting joy. And don't forget to subscribe, and let's keep the creativity flowing here on At Home with Kay. So now I'm just gonna hot glue my letters to my sign, and I decided to put the welcome on the cloud just because it's not gonna be enough room if I don't take it up higher, because I gotta add the home on there too, and these letters are a little bit bigger than usual, you know, and I want to add some other things. Remember those cute little forest animals that I got? I want to add those down at the bottom. So I added the welcome in the clouds, and then I just put the home right under it. I hope that looks okay. In a way, I was thinking maybe I should have brought them both down a little bit more when I got to the end of the project, but it is what it is, and I wasn't going to change it, you know. So there you have it. And then I felt around the edges were a little bit too plain. So I'm going to take some of this jute rope that I got. I can't even remember where I got it from, but it was in the stash, so I took it out. I'm going to take the jute rope, and I'm just going to hot glue it around the edges to make the edges look a little more finished. Okay, so now that that part is done, I got some of this moss, and I wanted to make just like a little forest scene down here at the bottom. So I'm just gonna hot glue some of this moss down at the bottom, and I'm just gonna go just not very much, maybe like what, 4 or 5 inches around at the bottom. I'm adding this, and then I'm going to add my little forest animals. As you can see, the little squirrel is up there on the home sign, and I put that there because I thought it would look nice if he was just hanging out up there. And then I have the raccoon I'm not going to use, but I am going to use the mushroom, and I am going to use the fox, and I think I use the turtle as well. Yeah, and then I have these mushrooms that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm going to paint those and use those as well. I like the turtle and the fox. I like the raccoon too, but I just felt like it was too crowded and I didn't have a good place to place him. So he'll have to wait for another DIY, another project. So I wanted to, when I hot glued him on to the sign, I just wanted them to be raised up a little bit. So that's why I cut those little pieces of that stick, and I'm going to glue those on the back of them, and then I'm going to glue that to the back to the sign, just so it can give a little bitty 3D effect, you know, not too much, just slightly. And I'm so sorry, guys, I keep sniffing. My allergies are acting up. But, you know, that is what it is, too. I can't do much about that besides take my allergy medicine, which I did. So here we are. I'm just gluing my turtle and my fox to the sign, and now I'm gonna glue the mushroom up at the top on the corner of the home sign. Oh, I hadn't had him glued yet, so I'm gonna glue him down, and I think that looks super cute. These little animals were at Hobby Lobby, and I think I got the whole little package of them for like $2.74. I had attempted to try and glue him there, but he just looked out of place. You know what I mean? I can see a squirrel hanging on to something, but, you know, I just couldn't make him fit. He was just out of place, so he'll have to wait for some other project. Yep, so I'm going to also paint my little mushrooms, and I'm going to add those to the bottom here. I'm just going to paint them like your typical little mushrooms, red, you know, mushrooms with white spots. And I'm going to just glue them down once I get them painted. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm just going to use some antique wax for the stem, and then I'm going to go ahead to the next step, which is painting. And I'm using the red paint by Waverly to paint the top of the mushrooms. And then I'm just going to use that same white paint. I'm going to dab it on the end of my paintbrush to make the spots on my mushroom. And now that they're all done, I'm just going to hot glue them, and I'm going to try to put them into the moss so it'll look like they're actually coming out of the grassy moss down there. And that's what I'm doing here. Just 2 little dabs of hot glue to get them to stick to the sign. Now here I felt like the space between home and the bottom of the sign was too empty. So I'm going to take some brown paint, and I'm just going to draw some vines coming down. And then I'm just going to paint some fall leaves onto the vines. And here's where I just take some orange paint and some yellow paint and just make some small leaves on the end of each of the vines. And there you have it, another fantastic DIY on a budget. And please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and also hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Thanks for crafting with me today, and until next time, stay creative, stay happy, and always be the sunshine.